Hey everybody, this is Narina, respiratory therapist at Lofta. Today we're going to be going through the comments of a recent video that we posted on our channel. It was Joe Rogan explaining how he came across somebody on an airplane that had sleep apnea and he told the guy to get tested. We received a huge amount of comments, thousands of comments actually, and some of them were amazing. Some of them kind of seemed a little misguided. So we wanted to go through the comments and answer some of the things that we saw. So let's get started. All right, the very first one that stands out to me. My bestie and my auntie both got on CPAPs and it changed their life. My bestie had a total personality change, becoming a more patient and easygoing person. If snoring is an issue, get it taken care of ASAP. So yeah, this is really important because when we have untreated sleep apnea and we have really broken or disruptive sleep for nights upon nights, this can cause issues with our mood. So if you realize like, hey, I'm not getting any good sleep, this is affecting my personal relationships or my work relationships, you should probably get tested for sleep apnea if it's associated with snoring and like head fog, dizziness, sleepiness during the day. Probably a good idea to get that tested so we can figure out how we can make you a happier person and more fun to be around. My dad used to freak us out. He refused to believe us until we filmed him. Dude freaked out so bad he ditched work and went to a specialist. Changed his life. He actually had a physical transformation. I think this is also very important. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that they have sleep apnea because it happens in your sleep. So if you have somebody telling you, hey, you are snoring the night away, you're gasping for air, you don't really seem like you're sleeping well, listen to those people. It seems like this person specifically just wanted to leave work and get tested right away. That's not always a possibility for everybody because you can't book an appointment with a doctor, but if you do have someone telling you that you should get tested, you probably should. The physical transformation is a real thing. I've had clients that I've been working with and they've lost 20, 30 pounds just by getting on therapy. This is not introducing a healthy diet and exercise. This is just getting a better night of sleep. So something I like to mention is if you imagine somebody that works night shifts, because their body is not sleeping at night, their hormones are not acting properly, and even working a night shift can make you gain weight. So sleep apnea for years on end where you're not getting that proper sleep can do the same exact thing. Just getting a better night of rest can cause weight loss and a huge physical transformation. It's not the case with everybody, but it is something that happens. So yeah, just stay tuned. If you are on CPAP and you feel like you've been too drained to go to the gym because of your sleep apnea, and now you're getting it treated, you might see instant results without even stepping foot into a gym. So I think that's a really important thing to bring up. And let's see. It says, he's so right. My mom is a sleep study tech and it can truly change your life, and not just to help you get a good night's sleep. It also contributes to other conditions like blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, among other things. The lack of oxygen actually kills your brain cells as well. And for those that think you will be uncomfortable wearing the mask to sleep, the difference is it makes your quality of sleep makes it where it's welcome. I think that they're basically saying that your quality of sleep improves, so the mask is kind of a non-issue. My stepdad eagerly uses his for every little nap he takes. They also have pillows with a cutout for the hose that makes it more comfortable if you're a side sleeper. If you have issues, please do yourself a favor and get tested. I agree with everything, and I don't have much more to say about that. I think that this person really got it down to the T. I understand that there are things that can make CPAP therapy uncomfortable, but the way that I like to explain it is, would you rather just not breathe in your sleep, which is pretty uncomfortable, or would you rather get a mask? When it comes down to it, there's thousands of CPAP masks out there. You just have to find the right one for yourself. And that's why a Lofta sleep coach can help you and kind of fine tune that for you. So if you have facial hair and you're a side sleeper and we have all of these things listed, we can actually break it down for you on what mask might be the best option for you and kind of give you the opportunity to test that out. But I would say that the mask is usually one of the things that kind of steers people away from CPAP or makes them stop using it. So if the mask is really the biggest issue for you, you should still get tested. You might be, open to other treatment options or have those available to you based on your diagnosis. But yeah, it's really important that you just get tested, and if you have to be on a machine, let's work together on that. Just FYI, you don't have to be big. Infants, old, young, all can get it. I personally knew a 3-year-old who had to get surgery to clear their airway. She used to suffocate just like that. I think that this is really important to bring up. There is a huge stigma around CPAP therapy and sleep apnea, and people really believe that only old people have it or people that are out of shape. To be honest with you, I work with a lot of bodybuilders. I work with a lot of athletes that have it, and they're in tip-top shape. So it really just depends. It could be anatomical. You can have large tonsils. You can have a deviated septum from sports. You can have a receding jaw. All of these things can contribute and cause sleep apnea. So if you're worried about looking old or looking overweight because you have a mask on, just realize that not breathing at night is probably the biggest part of the worry, and the mask at night shouldn't be a big issue for you. But yeah, we're really just trying to break the stigma around sleep apnea and try to get people to at least diagnose themselves. I mean, if you can get a test just to figure it out, I think that would solve like 50% of your problems. There's other treatment options out there besides CPAP therapy. But yeah, getting tested is so important. You don't have to be old and you don't have to be overweight. You just have to literally be a person and you can have sleep apnea. So let's get tested. All right, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Feel free to check out the Joe Rogan video. Feel free to leave us a comment if there's anything that you want us to put out a video on. Okay, if there's anything that you want us to go over in the next video, feel free to share it in the comments. Otherwise, we're here and we're happy to help. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, we're good, Scott?